And while those families are told to stay home and isolate, the financial relief that millions of Canadians have been receiving and depending on during the pandemic has come to an end. The Canada Emergency Response Benefit has expired, leaving those who rely on it to transition to an updated employment insurance program or apply for any of 3 other temporary benefits. While the CERB is over, the pandemic is still very much here, with many still feeling the aftermath of lockdown.
What we saw during the pandemic was a very sudden disruptive impact to the workforce and the economy.
And while the workforce is slowly inching back to normal, there were plenty of Canadians who relied on CERB now wondering where to go from here.
The main one is to go to what we would have done in a normal time, which is our employment insurance. So EI programs and anything that any individual that is eligible for EI would actually be encouraged to go to that program.
But what makes you eligible has now changed to create greater access than before. According to the federal government, the revamped EI will now allow 400,000 more people to be eligible for the program. But still, the government expects some may not qualify, creating 3 separate benefit packages similar to CERB.
The replacement programs are more restrictive, basically a very limited eligibility, but the bigger umbrella after the switch would be EI.
The new programs include the Canada Recovery Benefit, which is designed for workers who are self-employed in need of support. The Canada Recovery Sickness Benefit is also a new initiative, providing $500 per week for up to 2 weeks for workers who must self-isolate due to COVID-19. And lastly, people unable to work because they need to care for a child or family member can apply for Canada Recovery Caregiver Benefit.
From the top of my head, what I can say right now, I didn't see students included in the, for example, in the additional 2 programs that are being offered. The amounts are fairly less, like not a lot, but it's a little less than CERB.
Dr. Samir Bash says she expects, like CERB, who is eligible for any of these programs may change as the second wave of COVID gets underway.
So I'm not 100% saying that what we see is what is going to stay intact. We all need to understand that this is an unprecedented situation, economic situation. And at the same time, we have to understand that there is an inevitable financial crisis as a result of the health crisis.
Now, if you're unsure about what you qualify for, you can go to the Government of Canada's website, and we'll have more of our COVID-19 coverage, including the latest case numbers, coming up later on in the show. But